before I start what I'm originally going to say, I'm going to preface my comments and get something out the way before I get started. Because you're going to have a lot of people say, what about black on black crime? What about this? Y'all care more about police killing a man, but y'all don't care about what goes on in your own neighborhood of black men killing one another. I'm going to get all that out the way now. The reason why some of you say that is because you want a defense comeback when somebody calls out what's going on. So if an unarmed black man gets shot without a gun, now he was armed with a knife, call it what you want. Some of you will sit there and say, well, what about black on black crime? If George Floyd gets killed, what about black on black crime? What about people killing your own people in Philadelphia? What about a 7-year-old black a girl gets killed? Nobody says nothing. Okay. I'm going to tell you what I think. In no way that I am in favor, nor I condone, or I support people who go out there and start shooting black people in our community, elderly black people, black children, black men, black women. I do not support that at all. And if anybody supports that or is sympathizers of what's going on in that, they're in no way a part of that community. They are against the community and they need to be excommunicated from that community if they participate in that or condone that type of behavior. And the people who are saying, well, what about black on black crime? You have no defense. You don't care about black people. You don't care about the plight that we go through. You don't care. Because if you cared, those white folks that say that, if you cared, you will go out and try to help the community and try to build up businesses in the community or make it equal so everybody has an equal opportunity. You don't want that. You want to maintain your privilege. So therefore, you have no say in this argument. Okay, got that out the way. Now, what happened Monday when Walter Wallace was killed? The mom called an ambulance. Now, from what I know, if anything suspected with a man with a knife, the police automatically came out there because the man had a knife. That's what happens. I mean, whether it's right or wrong, that's what happens. Because I'm going to tell you something. When my grandmother passed over 20 some years ago, the police came out there first because she was found unresponsive and it was determined that, she had already passed in her sleep. But many people say, well, you know what, the police shouldn't have came out there. There should have been a crises expert or something. The police shouldn't have been involved in that. Okay? Guy was shot 8 times, died at a local hospital. Leaves behind 8 kids. Had one on the way. Kids' sons are distraught. They're upset. They were holding from crying. Now, those kids don't have their father. And you have the news media that will sit up there and put mug shots up and go through his criminal record. They will do that. Well, because they always try to discredit or try to dehumanize somebody that gets killed, saying, well, he was a career criminal. He was arrested over 8 times, so he wasn't no saint, so his death was warranted. At the end of the day, nobody deserves to die. I don't care how many times they do something, how many times they get in trouble with the law. Because if it was the other way around, if it would have happened to somebody in the Caucasian community, they would have sat there, and if we would have came and said, well, you know what? He had issues. He was arrested 100 times. Good riddance. Well, he was it would be World War III. When you have terrorists going out there shooting people in the church, they'll say, oh, he had mental health issues. He had problems. And mental health is a pretty serious thing in our community, in black communities. A lot of black people have mental health, but the mainstream media will make it seem like that all black people are criminals, all black people are violent, all black people do is go out there and kill one another. No, it's not that. All black people don't go out there and commit crimes. Because I tell you, you have some white folks that go out there and do the same thing, but it's not plastered all over TV. And I'm not going to show the video of it because, I don't think people should want to see that. I showed it. It's on Instagram. And you can go over there and watch it or look at it yourself if you want to see that. But I'm not going to post it on here. But the guy shouldn't have got killed. He shouldn't have been shot. If anything, he should have been tased. And for the life of me, I don't understand why police don't have tasers. They always aim for their guns. If he has a knife, you tase him. You have 2 officers there. You mean to tell me those officers can't sit there and handle one person? Come on. And let me talk about the looting for a second, because a lot of people have different things about that. There's one thing to be upset. There's one thing to be outraged. But when you go out there and tear up a CVS, go out there and tear up a Foot Locker, go out there and tear up a Rite Aid, go out there and tear up black-owned businesses, what is that going to do? And then you have the argument that people saying, well, in our community. Okay, 52nd Street, you have a lot of black-owned businesses in that community. I've been around there. I know a lot of people that have stuff in that community. So when you sit there and say people don't own it, black people don't own nothing, they own stuff. They have businesses and it's ruined. Because you have idiots out there that will go out there and start looting places and breaking down windows and ruining businesses, and then you're going to complain, well, black people don't have no black-owned business. Well, you have it, but you tear them up. And then you have some black YouTubers that'll say, well, nothing is ours. We don't own nothing. Tear it up. Tear it up. Tear up the black businesses too. You have people that have co-signed that. Because you have elderly people, grandmothers, grandfathers that need medicine. Where are they going to get their medicine from? But people, they don't care. And then some people try to compare it to the 92 riots. There's nothing compared to the 92 riots in LA. It's nothing. Because they weren't just attacking buildings. You had people dying because of that. So you just going out there tearing down a Foot Locker, tearing up a grocery store, and then you complain when they take everything out and these, rich white people come in and start remodeling the place and start gentrifying, then you're going to be complaining about that. Why are you going out there tearing up your own businesses? And there's businesses on that strip that are owned by black people. But if you have something to say about that, something's wrong with you. You're a coon, you're a sellout. And using the word coon is so stupid. Because some of you don't know the history behind that word. Because you're using a white supremacist talking point. But, this is what black people do. And sometimes we are divided. Because we are so divided in this community. Because if we don't agree with one another, we want to hurt them. We want to kill them. We want to attack them. This is why nothing gets done. because we're all divided. We have this idea, we have that idea, we don't agree with that, so we're going to go sabotage this. This is the problem. Rest in peace to Walter Wallace. Nobody deserves to die. I don't care what he did. He didn't kill nobody. Yeah, he did. He did some things that were wrong. A lot of people do things that are wrong. But this man had children. This man had a mother. So, see what the pain they're going through. Let me know what you think about this situation. Like, subscribe, and comment.